process of becoming vegged out. Now, if you're new here and you haven't seen my other handful of videos, let me explain to you what that means. So I am transitioning to a whole food plant-based diet. I am currently a lacto-ovo vegetarian, so that means that I do on occasion consume some eggs and dairy. I like to say I'm an aspiring vegan because ultimately at the end of all of this, that is where I would like to officially land. I do use a lot of whole foods, but you will see some alternative meats from time to time, or I'm dabbling in the dairy-free cheese and all of that, just because that helps along with the transition from going to a meat eater to vegetarian and then ultimately to vegan. That does really help the transition along. Not only am I becoming vegged out for my physical health and to just feel really good and lose some weight, but also for my mental health. This has helped my anxiety quite a bit, and later on I'll talk to you about exactly how that has helped my anxiety, but that is the other way I'm being vegged out, blissfully vegged out. In today's video though, I want to share with you one of the breakfasts that I have been loving lately. It's a nice savory breakfast, very filling, full of whole foods. So I'm going to be sharing that with you today, as well as some packaged items from the store that are pretty good for you. I'll talk to you how I tweaked them a little bit to make a complete meal out of it. But those are the items that have been helping me so much right now with just time saving, because I do still cook for a family of meat eaters. So these are some items that just help me have a nice complete meal if I don't want to spend a lot of time doing that. So without further ado, let's get into today's video. All right, so all I'm doing for breakfast is I have these O'Brien hash brown potatoes. I am still using oil because remember, I'm transitioning. I apologize for the terrible angle. I don't have the right equipment yet. So I just heated up a little bit of oil in here. One day that'll go, but for today, it's not. So then I just take the potatoes and I just kind of eyeball how much I want to put in and try and find a spatula. All right, so I'm going to stir it around a little bit. And I'm going to kind of just let it sit in like a thin layer like that. And I'm going to find some seasonings. Generally, garlic powder goes in just about everything. I'm going to zhuzh that with some garlic powder. And I like to put some Italian seasoning on there too. And I'm generally going to repeat the seasonings a couple of times. Sometimes if these start to cook and I feel like extra hungry and this isn't going to be enough, then I will add a little bit more. But I let them sit and cook until they start getting brown and kind of a little crispy. So I let them sit and check them every couple of minutes and give them a stir. And in this case, I think I might add more. Alright, so I will finish cooking these and then come back and show you what they look like all done. Alright, so my potatoes are starting to get a little brown. I put a lid on them so we can really trap the heat in there and start to get them crispy. So while I'm waiting for that to cook, I'm going to take a steamed bag of broccoli. Now this is something else besides the O'Brien potatoes. Steamed bags of vegetables are something I have on hand all the time. It makes my life a whole lot easier and I can make it nice and quick. So I'll probably eat about half of this bag because I am making like a breakfast hash. So I'll probably have, I'm never super hungry in the morning, so I'll probably about half of this bag. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and pop this in the microwave for 5 minutes, and then by that time, hopefully my potatoes should be done. All right, here it is completely finished. I went ahead and added some ketchup to the top of my potatoes, added about half of that bag of broccoli. As you can see, it's still steaming. I put a little bit of garlic powder on top of the broccoli. I am going to try to finish the other half of the bag today, so it's probably why on my Instagram you see a lot of green. I mean, I do like to eat green. But I try to get some broccoli in every single day. And then I've added some tea with it. I usually have tea in the morning. And this white chocolate peppermint from Celestial Seasonings is delicious. Sometimes I get off track, but I do try really hard to have, if I'm going to have caffeine in the morning, have it while I'm eating something. So my stomach has like, something in it to kind of help absorb it. So yeah, that is breakfast. So I wanted to take a minute and just show you guys some of the things that I've gotten from the store that really help me out, that are time savers, and that are, some of these items aren't like super good for you, but for the most part, the ones that I've chosen they're pretty good options. I'm a busy mom. I'm a stay-at-home homeschooling mom, and I'm trying to sustain my vegetarian life and transition to veganism. So that's kind of tricky in and of itself. So then feeding the family into the mix who eat meat, I need some items that will kind of cut some corners for me, give me some nutrition, give me, a really quick meal idea when I don't feel like making 2 meals. But don't get me wrong, there are some times that I do make 2 meals. Meat version for my family and a vegetarian version for me. But right now I'm just going to get into a few of the items that have just been helping me out. All right, the first one, I have a couple of different soups, and these are just from the regular grocery store, the most popular grocery store out here. I'm not quite sure where you live, but out here we've got Food Lion as one of the main grocery store chains. But you can also get these at Walmart and whatever. I feel like I used to not really appreciate soups as much as I do now, but Progresso makes some vegetable classics. Now be careful because some of these, like I really wanted the split pea, but it has bacon in it, so I could not get that. But this one is vegetarian, so there are, what was it? This one says vegetarian, but I don't believe there are any animal products in here, taking a look at it, because it is hearty tomato, so it's chunky. This one by itself is a little sweet for me, but mixing this with some rice and maybe having it alongside, grilled cheese or nice crusty bread or something like that, it's actually very good. So some of these, like the vegetable soup, I have kind of doctored up myself. I've added some more vegetables into it. I've added some seasonings into it, and just made it a little bit tastier. But these are really inexpensive, and they really saved my life to make a quick meal out of it. This one I'm going to be trying here soon. It's the creamy mushroom. Now this one does have some dairy in it. But right in the back, I'm not sure if you can even see. Oh, focus. Up here at the top, this is probably not going to focus for me, but it does say vegetarian. So when you are looking for the, a soup idea for those of you that are vegetarian, taking a look at the back, I still scan over the ingredients just to be sure there isn't any like chicken stock or anything like that in there. But just know it will list it on the back for you. They do have a lentil soup. Wow, I said that weird. A lentil soup. But I haven't checked that one yet to see if it's vegan or vegetarian. But again, I'm going to be making this into a meal. I'm not just going to eat the mushroom soup by itself. My family likes to have goulash, and I know there's a couple different ways to make goulash, with like a tomato base or a creamy base. We usually use mushroom, like creamy mushroom soup for that, and put corn in it and put it over rice. So I'm going to use this instead. It's got some portobello mushrooms in there. Looks really good. I'm going to add some corn in with it and then put it over rice. So I'll let you know how that is, but I'm pretty sure it's gonna be delicious. Speaking of rice, that leads me to my next item here. Uncle Ben, you saved my life. honestly. I love these. My husband first started eating these when he would travel for work. He would get like the chicken flavored ones or whatever, but you know, he's just saying how easy they are and how tasty they are, and you can make a quick meal out of them. So because I'm vegetarian, I highly rely on grains. Now I don't eat these every day, and I still do have pasta and rice and quinoa and other things like that in my pantry that don't have all the added ingredients in there. But in a pinch, if I want to make a quick lunch or a quick dinner or something, this one is long grain and wild rice, which is really tasty. I like to mix this with like some vegetarian baked beans and then some green beans, and it's a really yummy meal. This, I don't know how to say this, but this is usually the brand of jasmine rice that I get. But then I saw they had these pouches, and so I'm all about simplicity and flavor and yumminess. So this garlic and olive oil pouch. And just to remind you guys, I'm just reminding you, not that it's like, I'm sorry about it or anything like that, but I am transitioning eventually to like whole food, plant-based, no oils. Like right now I'm plant-based, but I am allowing myself some oil. Obviously I don't want things with like too much additives in it all the time, but I'm having a lot of fun just with the transition and finding foods that fit my lifestyle, that are convenient, that are delicious, and just help me build a meal. So I just kind of wanted to throw that in there for whatever it's worth. But the next thing that Uncle Ben has been saving my life with are these beans. These are zesty Mexican style beans. I've had the chili beans. This one has black beans with corn and peppers. Of course, like if I wanted to just be like really simple, quick meal, I would just heat these up, and you just heat them up in the pouch, just like you do with rice. Oh, here's the Uncle Ben rice. And I've mixed the chili beans with brown rice, which is really good. But I did doctor those up and add more. But if I wanted to just do a really quick meal that's going to get the job done and be delicious, I can just take these and put them over rice or put them in a tortilla or something, and there you go. So, and really the fat content is low in here. For the whole pouch, it's 2 grams of fat. Now, I don't love reading labels, but when I look at that, that tells me there's not a ton of oil in it, which is good. And that is something that I do want to watch. I do like to look for the best options I possibly can for me at that time that's not like super junky. But, you know, you do what you can do. So that's that. Okay, and seasonings. Unfortunately, I'm making this long again, but you know me, I love to chat. So a couple different seasonings. I will have salt on my food, not a ton, only if I feel like it needs it. But if I can have a salt-free seasoning, I would much rather do that. And Mrs. Dash is awesome. This table blend is my favorite. I especially love this on like the baby Yukon Gold potatoes that I kind of squash when they're steamed, put them in the oven and roast them, give them a little crunch. But I really love the flavor of this. I've put it on vegetables, I put it on potatoes, I put it on rice. It's really, really, really good. And then the other one I have is the garlic and herb, which is good as well. This one though, the table blend, is my favorite. I'm really lame when it comes to spice, and I feel like there's a lot of pepper in this one. I'm trying to look. Yeah, there's some black pepper. There's probably black pepper in this too. But for whatever reason, this one tastes spicy to me. But I'm trying really hard. I'm trying really hard with the spice here. But this garlic and herb is, of course, good on potatoes and zucchini. I've actually roasted some zucchini with this, and it's very, very, very good. So, yeah, anyway. I just don't put too much on because, you know, don't like it spicy. Next is tea. I love, love, love tea. By the way, there's no particular order to this. I'm just kind of grabbing what I have set here on my bed. So, tea. I love tea. This, I saw someone post, I think on Instagram maybe, Or maybe it was like a whole food plant-based group I'm on in Facebook or something. But this toasted coconut, I could not find it around for the longest time. Finally found it at Walmart. Oh my goodness, it is so delicious. It does have, it's black tea, so it does have some caffeine in it. So, you know, I'm kind of sensitive to it, so I shouldn't really drink caffeine past like 3. So I try to just drink this in the morning and the afternoon if that's what I'm feeling, but it's really good. Sometimes I'll pour a splash of almond milk in there, and oh yeah, it makes me happy. A good cup of tea and a good cup of coffee. Those are the simple pleasures in life. All right, the next one that I've been loving lately is Celestial Seasonings White Chocolate Peppermint Tea. Oh, it is like Christmas in a cup. I love it so much. Although I'm pretty sure Celestial Seasonings has a sugar cookie sleigh ride. Not sure where that is, but I used to drink that years ago. Not sure if they even still have it. Haven't been able to find it anywhere, but if you see it, let me know, because I love that one too. But yeah, so this is what I'm loving at the moment. Oh, I forgot to pull it out, and I'm not going to grab it now, but you know, I'm sure in another video I'll show you. Silk makes an almond milk creamer for your coffee, and my favorite holiday flavor for Christmas is peppermint mocha, and they have one, and I got it, and it's delicious. Doesn't disappoint. So, and then when I do make coffee with the peppermint mocha creamer in it, Ready Whip has an almond milk whipped cream. So I'll top that on it. And again, that's why I'm like, okay, this is the unhealthy part, unhealthy. But you know, I'm all about intuitive eating. And if I'm feeling like I want some whipped cream on my peppermint mocha coffee, your girl's gonna get her whipped cream. So here we go. And this is delicious. Aldi actually has a coconut milk whipped cream. And that one, I can't figure out which one I like better. But this one has a really, really, really good flavor as well. So try it, it's delicious. Next, my favorite plant milk. I do love almond milk, I love a good almond milk, but my favorite plant milk has got to be oat milk. And my favorite brand is Planet Oat. So good. I can get it on sale sometimes, but I love the original. I've had the vanilla just by accident because my store didn't have any more of the original. And oh, that one's really good. But I love this one in cereal, in oatmeal, in coffee, in smoothies, in anything. So yeah, oat milk is the way to go. I find that I like the texture better. I feel like it's creamy, kind of like dairy milk. But it has like a slight sweetness to it. I just really, really, really love this one. Only a couple things left, and then this chatty lady will stop. But usually when I eat oatmeal, I have to be in a mood for it. But if I eat oatmeal, I like to get the quick cooking instant oats that you can just season up yourself. However, in a pinch, if I don't feel like, I don't know, flavoring it, or I'm being kind of lazy, or I just honestly want the work mostly done for me, Quaker Oats has this variety pack, the lower sugar. A lot of these only have, let me see, total sugars like 5 grams in the apples and cinnamon, 4 grams in the maple and brown sugar, and 4 grams in the cinnamon and spice. So I usually, if I'm doing packaged products, I like to stay well under 10 grams of sugar, and this does it. It doesn't like upset my acid reflux or anything like that. It's really delicious. All of the flavors in here are very good, and they are all vegan, which is fantastic. I think I got this tip when I was watching a Sweet Potato Soul video, or maybe I was on her Instagram, but yes, these are really good and come in really, really handy for a nice quick breakfast or even a sweet snack if you're feeling snacky. And then I forgot one last thing when I was talking about tea. I always have chamomile tea at night, always. And Traditional Medicinals has always been my favorite brand, my absolute favorite. I used to, years ago when I was in health coaching school, I used to have my whole like medicine cabinet just filled with herbs and teas. It made me so happy. Would love to get back there again, working on it. But Traditional Medicinals chamomile lavender tea is wonderful. So good. So I have this every night before bed. It is just nice and relaxing, and the chamomile definitely helps me sleep. I get nice and drowsy after this, but it's a nice peaceful sleep. So then the lavender in there also has relaxation properties as well. So they do just have a regular chamomile tea that is delicious too, but this one has been my favorite lately. I wanted to add one thing that I believe I said it in the beginning when I showed you my breakfast, but I always have frozen vegetables on hand, even frozen fruits. They're nice and quick, and they have their nutrients locked in because they're picked at the peak of ripeness, so you don't have to worry about that. Also with the O'Brien potatoes, or I'll have hash browns or something like that on hand that has no added oil. And you can saute them or roast them or do whatever you want with them. And you can add them to a meal or have them as a meal, and it's perfect. So those were just some of the things that are time savers and are saving my life right now and helping me make a quick, nutritious meal. Thank you so much for watching. Maybe one day when I'm not so chatty, I will show you a full what I eat in a day and not just breakfast. But I hope you enjoyed the breakfast I showed you. I've been in the mood for savory lately, so that's been one of my favorites. And it's nice and filling and inexpensive and very quick to make. So I hope you enjoyed that. I also hope you enjoyed the different items that I showed you that have been saving my life lately. I did leave some things out that I'm realizing, but I can save those for another day as well. But again, thank you for watching. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe and share it with your friends, and I will see you on the next one. But until then, I send you peace, love, and veggies. Bye.